Hello to everyone and welcome to this new IMTLazarus webinar. The purpose and the subject today is to show and share with you how to configure and to use multiple personal navigation filters. Whether you are teachers or you are families supervising your students or your children, this is very useful to differentiate the different type of filtering and web access you want them to have at any given time. This is as we are going to show you. We go to our setup menu in the filters submenu and in the area of navigation. And in here, we have already preset to make it simpler and faster for you, a different sets of filters. As you can see here, we have created a filter if you're a teacher for your K-12 grade. And I'm going to show you what we have put on it. Let's think that you want them not to have access to internet during your classes by default. So you will define the name of your filter with your name as a teacher and the grade and the specific class you are teaching. In this case, as an example, you should apply full block in order not to let them having internet access. On our specific case, you can add a domain to the whitelists as an exception of the full blocking, and you insert a domain, or you can insert a specific website URL, as we have already introduced it in here for these math resources. In addition, the other examples, we have created a specific filter for a math exam for our class 1A. So we have called it group A. We have also created another group B for our K-12 this current 2021 year, which we have called and introduced in the domains or in the URL teaching resources. And as third example, we have created our K-12 2021 group C for literature exam for this specific grade. So again, to review it, to make a double check with you, we have created with the info of the name of the filter, the type of the filter, a description that will always help us to find out which is the purpose of the filter, if we have created a long time ago, maybe. And in this case, we have also added full block. If we put full unblock, what we could do as an exception is to add in the blacklists those web pages or URLs or domains that we don't want them to have access. In our case, as we were saying before, we prefer to apply full block, not to let them have any access to internet except for specific domains, specific sources, to let them, for instance, have access to a specific exam at any given time. Once that the filters are already preset, we go to our control panel in which we have the devices that we are supervising. Let's think this is an entire class. And then, as you all know, the green button will apply for full access by default. Block by default is with the red one, and the orange ones, as you know, let us always to customize our filters and our actions. By default, all of them are in green, so they are having full access to internet always within the restrictions of the school policies. But if we want, for instance, this device to have applied a specific filter that we have already preset, we, for instance, will let him or her to have access to the K-12 filters. In this case, we are going to give them group A, which is the math exam. In this case, for instance, we are going to determine that it's going to be under group B. This again is going to be under group A. This again under group B for an exam purpose, and these two in the group C. This will have, for instance, a K-12 2021 standard, and this one will have a group C in order to have them separately to perform their exams. We are tending to let them perform the exams in 45 minutes, and we apply all the actions. So we can check that there is a specific filter, which is K-12. This one the same with his or her specific filter, the same for this one, and the same for the rest and all of them. So it's as simple as that. Always remember that at the end of the period established, all the devices will jump back again to the preset default filter, and if for any reason we want them to go back again, we don't need to wait for the time to finish. We just click and put all of them under the default filtering, and that's basically all. Simple, easy, and useful as all the IMTLazarus features and functions. As always, follow us on our professional and social networks, and hope to see you on our next IMTLazarus webinar. See you.